Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hey. Hello, guys. We're so glad to have you. Welcome to the first episode of our second game, which I'm super excited to be DMing for this lovely group of people. So welcome in Pond.
Hello.
Hello.
Pond, you're back.
I'm back officially.
You are
For good now.
We missed you for basically 8 weeks.
8 weeks
because
for
of the
years.
the games that we played. But we're glad that you're here, back with the group. And everyone can go around and introduce themselves as well, starting with Pond.
Oh yeah. Hello, I'm Pond. I go by Pond Plays or Pond Plays Games on Instagram. I play a lot of tabletop RPGs and I love it here. Hey, am I saying who I'm playing too? You want me to?
Yeah, might as well. Let's talk about our new characters. Brand new to you guys. We've played them twice. One time on stream.
Mm-hmm.
I am playing Miss Mara Daredak, also known as Mist, the non-binary mountain dwarf cleric who is just a grumpy old troll, and I love them so much.
And below Pondo is Hero. We can just make a circle back to me.
Hi, I'm suddenly a hero. I stream over on Twitch. I play a variety of horror games throughout the week, Sundays, Thursdays, Saturdays. But more importantly, I play here every Monday. In this campaign, I'm playing Rogar, who is a large half-orc barbarian fighter who looks awfully menacing, but full of smiles. And somewhere in between half the time. So if you love a big lovable oaf, you'll love me. And speaking of lovable people, Sparrow.
Hello, I am your favorite burb on the internet. You can call me Sparrow or a Black Sparrow. I am a mystery-themed gaming person and entertainment professional. I will be playing the vivacious vixen known as Hashladoon Harley Hedonist. She is a Hexblade Warlock, and I really kind of want her to speak more for herself than me for that, and because she's an incredibly interesting individual, shall we say. And I will pass it on over to the good George W. Ambush from there.
That's me. Hello. My name is George W. Ambush. I'm very excited for this new campaign, and I'm going to be playing the Warforged, known as Fungi, or Functional Unit of Nurturing and Garnering Interspecies Interrelationships. I'm very excited. Their pronouns are they, any. They're a Circle Spores Druid. Kind of a bronze armor plating covers most of their body, but at the joints and other parts, there appear to be purple mushrooms bursting forth, as well as a large one that protrudes from their head and looks a bit like a sun hat. I'm so stoked. Hell yeah. Which brings us to the last player who has not introduced their character. Last but certainly not least, Jade.
Hey, yeah, I've been repeating what I was going to say in my head, and I've totally forgot once again, but that's okay, because it's in the spirit of the character. But hey, I'm Jade Valkyrie on all social medias, host, producer, cosplayer, and tabletop performer everywhere now, it seems. But yeah, I've been playing Amara, the fox girl bard druid. She's also a druid of homebrew druid of the healing, which is a homebrew entity in the world. So I'm really excited to have something like so ingrained into our campaign as a part of my character. So also ears. But she's just, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, she's gonna be. I'm really excited to play her. Like, I can't even form words. That's how excited I am. But what's also exciting? Charity and raising money for charity, which is what we are doing for this episode of Feywild and Out. for this campaign premiere. Personally, we will be donating all of the tips for this episode to Row Fund, which is a fund that for all reproductive rights, including funding for traveling costs for abortions, things like that, in Oklahoma. The one thing that we wanted to really do is make sure that we are doing and supporting and getting other people to go donate to local clinics because it's a little bit harder for them to get direct donations, and this way most of the money being donated will go straight to the people in need. We love those big organizations, but of course there's so much charity going on right now that it'd be great to get to some of the local ones that may have been overlooked. So personally, we're choosing Oklahoma because I'm from Oklahoma City, and there's only one fund for the entire state, which is in a very, very strict laws in Oklahoma. But I encourage you all to go and click on the link that's been Nightbot is posting, because there are so many local clinics that are probably near you all, and you can just choose which one you would like to donate to, or join us with Row Fund. And we also have a really awesome incentive for the highest donator of the session. They will be getting a journal, a really, really cool journal from a local Black One Leatherworks. That's the name of the place. And they have this, you have to click on this link. It's it's so black
cool.
And it has like a skull on it. It says Warlock Packs, and it's it's handmade and it's real leather. So I personally want it. I think a lot of the cast wants it. So definitely check that out too.
Hell yeah. And I think the only thing that the only thing that we wanted to talk about was something Sparrow was going to mention to the
yeah. This probably should have come before that, but that's all
sorry.
good. No. It's important. This is the thing that's like slightly less important. Is we're almost at like 100 followers on Twitter. So like, if you have like a Twitter, you should like go ahead and hit that follow button so you can see all the cool stuff that we post, because I get the sneaking suspicion that we will be doing more content on the social medias. But if you could like get us to like that triple digit number on Twitter, that might be kind of cool. So do it if you want to. And also you can see all the other great D&D tabletop stuff that we follow and we try to promote and everything, because we try to spread the love around here.
Yeah, and speaking of follows, we hit 200 Twitch follows on Thursday during our Fanology Prime Video, The Boys themed game that we hosted on the channel. So that was super fun.
Heck yeah.
And thank you guys so much for 200 follows to this brand new baby channel. We love it. It's so cool.
In celebration, I'm going to take a bite of a taco.
Let's go.
Nice.
We love a taco.
Celebratory tacos.
And thank you so much for the first $20 towards the Row Fund from Shake Meets World. We appreciate that so much. Wonderful human. Appreciate you and everything that you guys do. So, are we ready?
Yeah, just... Just point of clarification, I just wanted to double check, but in order to be entered into the giveaway, do they have to use the tip command rlink to be able to count that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to tip locally to any of the links in the donate link that I'm posting right now into chat, will bring you to a fund page where you can donate to any of the local places in any of the areas that have the fund. But only for the giveaway that we're doing, you will have to go through us, and then we will put you into the giveaway. So far, we got one entry. We appreciate the question. Thank you.
Awesome.
We're now at 100 on Twitter. Let's go! We love to see it.
Heck yeah. Nice.
All right, start some music. And let's get our game faces on, you guys. We haven't played as a group in so long, it feels like, totally, with everyone here.
Oh, I know.
So, welcome to your home, your crescent island of Nordath, which I renamed since we played this game last. You guys were in a weird chain of events over the last several weeks. You went a month, like, whoa, hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was like. You were describing it. I was like,
We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause. Roll it back.
like, oh.
Figgy Lynn and Gnome Finder, thank you so much for the $20, Figgy. That is fucking amazing. And Gnome Finder for the $100. You guys are fantastic, amazing. And Centuries with the $20 as well. We are shook beyond belief. And we are so happy that you guys have, put forth your funds towards the Row Fund. That really means a lot to all of us. And thank you so much. That's a lot. And you guys are wonderful.
Oh my god.
So thank you.
Amazing.
So amazing. Wow.
So welcome to Nordath. Okay. Well, all right. So over the last few weeks, you guys have had a strange course of events. About 2 weeks ago, it feels like, you guys were just going, are you serious? Hold on. Arcline! I'm gonna stand up and Julie versus the world!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This community is amazing.
Fucking go!
Oh, wow.
Truly amazing.
Thank you for the $120. Julie, thank you for the $50.
Holy
That is
crap.
huge.
Thank you.
I also
Holy
am just,
shit.
because it's gonna make me like, I'm gonna cry before we
gonna-
even get into the roll. Right? Okay, but yeah, that.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about this then. Let's come back. We'll
Okay.
stop for just a second. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this. Let's talk about what happened in the world. Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Does everyone have the energy to do that?
We don't
Everyone
have
got the
to.
spoons.
I haven't had to. This is the first time that I've had the energy to do so, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I've been fucking
Let's do
mad.
it.
Yeah, but let's go.
Mhm. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say extra super duper thanks because as a person who is from one of the states that is being extremely more on some bullshit than comparatively, but still everywhere is on some bullshit. It's super great because this in particular is the only one in the state of Oklahoma, which is in fucking sane. So I feel, I guess, even more thankful because I know that this definitely they're statistically speaking are going to be a lot more like spread thin than some other states. So I'm like really thankful.
Definitely. And I think that there's been a sort of public cry, but also a private feeling that has just kind of hit everyone's hearts. And it feels almost confusing that a world so future would be so past. And it's so disheartening and strange. And last when did I go to work? On Friday, I went to the office and we ended up ending our Pride brunch that we had planned, and my entire office walked down to the capital of Colorado, and we all joined the protest that was happening there. And we all just in the protest, we were like, well, at least we're lucky living here. And it's like, sure, we can feel that way, but we shouldn't have to. That shouldn't be a thing to be like, at least we live in a state where they don't fucking hate us. Like, it's just so incredibly sickening that I just haven't even wanted to talk about it. But, so your donations mean a lot to the people who just are trying to be healthy and trying to live their lives and trying to, sometimes individuals who seek out abortion are seeking out abortion for reasons that are personal and private, such as literally everything that goes into the act of bodies, personal and private, and not in the hands of the government. Like, fuck it. And fuck them. And okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Yeah. we here at Feywild and Out take a strong stance of supporting bodily autonomy. We will not be quiet about it, and we appreciate everyone's support. And I did the math. It was quick math. I'm bad at math, but I think so far y'all have donated $330 total.
That's huge.
For this so far, and we have been live for a total of it's been like 30 minutes, so absolutely incredible, and we love you all so much, and y'all are super wonderful.
Yeah. But another huge portion of like the stream is like escaping in a fun sense and also a literal sense. Like, we're playing fantasy games as adults because we love it. And also now it's like even more kind of something that I want to do because it's more of an escape from everything else. So I will try to be a soft typer. Thank you.
But type softer.
Softly typing.
It's okay. I'm only self-conscious now. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But this should not be a thing. For a country that claims to be so forward, we are the most behind. Not only do we as women and individuals with uteruses feel like we need to prove everything to just be equal, we now have to seek out safety for civil rights like health. Fuck all the old white boomers in office. I don't care. Eat a dick, and I hope they all get
mesothelioma
Without compensation.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
No compensation.
No compensation with mesothelioma.
Let me
But
also say, fuck all the old black boomers that in power as well, and the other people of color in power that are perpetrating this bullshit. Clarence Thomas, looking directly at you on that one. You especially can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, especially when these issues even disproportionately affect Black and brown women. Especially with the population of like the southern states and medical racism and everything in between. So yeah, fuck that.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
So your donations are going a long way. So thank you very much. We appreciate you, and I'm sure someone along the line who utilizes that funding will appreciate you too. Well, shall we escape?
Yeah.
Let's
Shaking out.
escape into
Shake
a magical land of Dungeons and Dragons and pretend like nothing sucks. Hey!
Hey, all right. Here's some wonderful music for you. Back at the music. Good job, guys. Love you all. No, you, Sen. No, you all in chat.
Oh,
We
yeah.
appreciate you all being here. So, let me just restart my sentence. Welcome to your home, your crescent island of Nordath, where you guys have been living and experiencing and going about your ways for years, months, until about 2 weeks ago, where seemingly in the middle of the day, living your normal life, doing your normal quests, your job, and you, in the middle of that, you seem to have blacked out. But you all had a very similar dream. You had a dream where you were taken to a strange, prison-like labyrinth of puzzles, specifically. And you were forced to go through with these puzzles as a team and figure it out, and you ended up making it all the way to them. Them being the individual who brought you there. And they said that they weren't ready for you to make it all the way there, but they had a vision that you were going to defeat them. But now that they've seen your strengths, your powers, and the fact that you all can work well together, they might actually want to use that power to help themselves. They sent you along your way, and you all woke up feeling as if it was just a dream until you all met again in person. Going through yet another trial of elements and confusion and annoyance. You guys began to buck up and get strong with this person who was taking you against your will. They decided to drop you. Physically this time, not just in your dreams, onto a beach. You don't know how much time has passed. You don't know where you are, but you're on a beach, and around you, as you all open your eyes, is each other. First time, physically, in front of you. And kind of just completely covered in water. Everyone is drenched, a little bit chilly as the wind passes. Your hands are kind of like sunken into the sand as if you've been kind of sitting there for a while, being taken by the water coming up and down and bringing sand more and more on top of you. And everyone make a constitution check. I just want to see who wakes up first. That's really all.
Natural 20 for 23.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
20.
Ew.
Let's go. 20s right off the bat.
9.
Okay. What'd
What
you get,
was-
Amara?
2.
2? Okay.
Not Constitution.
So the highest, I believe, was Fungi. So Fungi, you would actually awaken first. And it actually kind of makes sense. Because you're a Warforged. And you sit up, kind of sand falling from your body. And you look kind of left, right. You see the bodies of these people that you've been dreaming about. Or at least picturing in your head. Physically, around you is just endless water. You see a couple dots of islands out in the distance across the way, and to your left you see sand stretching far. To your right you see sand stretching far. And behind you you see trees. Just kind of thickening forest as the view kind of continues.
Have any of you perished?
Need to be louder.
Have any of you perished?
At the prompt of Fungi, I would say Rogar and Mist would hear that.
Nope.
I
But my armor's probably fucked though.
don't think I'm dead.
We
Unless...
can buy you new armor. We can't buy a new you.
How do you know if you're dead?
I don't think you can talk if you're dead.
It's not what I've heard.
I don't think I could talk if I was dead.
I don't think you can die, technically, can you?
It's all a matter of perspective, I imagine.
Fair. What about the other two? And I'm gonna sort of like push myself up out of the sand, and I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna look at Triple H, and I'm gonna kind of like look at her face and then probably blush a little bit, and then walk over to Amara and like poke Amara with the stick.
10 more minutes, please.
You're soaked in the water, in the salty water and the sand. You might want to get up and dry off, shake off something.
And then Amara's just going to proceed to like flip over. Not wake up quite yet.
Sand increasingly filling your hair.
Rogar.
Right then.
Is everyone alright?
Is Triple H alright? Somebody want to check on her?
Yeah, Rogar's gonna walk over there and extend a hand.
To a sleeping body.
Hey, Shladoon, are you awake?
Am I?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say any prompting would wake you all.
Trip.
Okay.
Hey.
She just kind of like opens her eyes wide and then like scrambles to her feet, like just doesn't say anything, doesn't take the hand, just immediately just like scrambles to her feet and just starts brushing sand off of everywhere, just muttering to herself.
Rogar had the biggest smile on his face when you woke up, but then got awfully sad when you didn't take his hand, and then just brushed yourself off and didn't say anything.
She's like panting super heavy.
Hey, trip seems fine.
Everyone seems all right. I just Mara's still sleeping. I think she's quite comfy in the sun. Is it sunny outside?
It is.
Amara,
Yeah.
we're not in bed. We're on a beach.
Comfy though.
It's quite comfy, but you're gonna get all salty soaked.
And Amara will flop back onto her back and sit up, but her eyes are still closed and she's just rubbing them. It's so comfy.
It's time to wake up, probably.
And she opens her eyes. Oh shit!
There it is. We got there.
So this wasn't a weird dream. This is real, and you guys are real, and that's real.
Hello again.
Quite real.
Of course we're real.
I mean, I knew you were real, but like everybody else, like there was like at least like a 60% chance that you guys were real, and
Well, I am 100% real.
H is like turned away from the rest of the group and is still just like brushing sand out of shit, like just angrily muttering to herself.
Where are we? Rogar's just kind
No
of
idea.
look around up and down the coast to see if there are any landmarks, any...
A beach.
Well, it does appear that way. If I look up and down the beach, is there anything besides beach?
There is lots of little shells. There doesn't seem to be any like civilization, though. There doesn't seem to be any houses or beach houses or anything. It kind of stretches until it looks like it's kind of covered in forest. You're like in a domed sort of sandbank outside of a small forest.
You are absolutely correct. This is the beach. Rogar's just gonna plop down into the sand.
Should we perhaps check out? Should we check out the forest over there?
yeah, maybe there's towns or things closer inland. I
That's what I was
assume.
thinking. Hopefully.
I'm much more familiar with forests than I am with the beach.
I wouldn't mind getting out of the sun a little bit. And like Mist will adjust the red sort of muslin cover over their eyes that is still probably wet and not as effective as it was before.
It's a great
There are
thing
grains
to
of
talk about the rest of your characters and what they look.
Oh yeah, that's
But
right.
you started, so you can do the rest.
Mist is a very small, like 4'2" dwarf. They have gray skin with sort of line work tattoos covering their face and down onto their neck. They have deep red hair that's been braided down onto their shoulder that's now soaking wet. They wear a cloak of white and red with scale armor, and they have a red muslin covering over their eyes with sort of chains hanging from it to keep it weighted down. And there are various rocks and trinkets braided into their hair and facial hair, like their head hair and facial hair. And they carry a shield and a large mace.
I'll pick up. And Triple H has about waist length hair. It's mostly in locks. Comes down to purple. Nearly Squid. Thank you so much for the 50
Thank you.
Thank you.
She has some very tight, I guess, armor, if you will, that is mostly red, but it is black accented. She has two hand axes that are adorned at the waist. One of them is like purple and black. The other one is like more red and gold. And she thick as fuck. And she's also like annoyingly pretty. Especially because she knows that she is.
Annoyingly pretty.
We use that for later. Near Triple H, you see Amara, who is only about like a foot taller than Mist, pretty short herself, shaking out everything out of like her longer curly black hair, her foxtail, because she's a shifter, and her ears. She's also pretty curvaceous, and typically right now she's wearing a green off-the-shoulder dress and bracers, and hopefully her loot is still there that she handcrafted, as well as her bag of miscellaneous gear that usually includes some poisons, some potions, all appropriately labeled with pictures.
Rogar stands up from the sand and stretches, and he's a large half orc. He's green and covered in just old scars throughout his body, though he does have one fresh scar that kind of circles around his eye. He redoes his hair, pulls it back. It's in braids, and he ties it up. He has a little feather that's attached to it, which seems to be the similar kind of feather and furs that adorn his armor. He's wearing leather and furs and a lot of natural decorations, and it's I said furs and feathers. It looks like part of the same animal though, and he scoops up a large bardish, like a polearm axe from the sand, and uses it to prop himself up as he tries to brush the little bits of the sand out of his fur, and he gives it a sniff, and he's ready to go.
Oops. You see Fungi kind of like unnaturally shake himself off.
I have sand in my crevices.
And Fungi himself is or themself rather is more of a slim but very sturdy bronze metal humanoid shaped creature, where the fungus is emerging from their body. It almost appears to be covering exposed like electrical parts and like things that aren't covered by their very sturdy looking armor. Mushrooms are even bursting forth from what looks to be a cavity in their chest. A trained eye could probably figure out that that's where all of these are coming from, and that's why they burst forth from them. Yeah, they have a staff which is also growing many mushrooms from its cracks and breaks, as well as they have a large mushroom that is somewhat similar in shape to the one on their head, on their arm, that they use for a shield.
Oh my
Sand is
goodness.
everywhere. How do you humanoids get rid of it?
That's the thing. Don't.
That sounds awful.
It is quite awful.
It's very uncomfortable.
Hey Jen, does H still have that lovely gem? Perhaps.
As you're checking your body, you feel a hard gem that you place exactly where you placed it. You can tell everyone else where you placed that.
I think she'll keep that to herself.
Okay.
Oh.
But she kind of finally stops brushing off as best she can. And then turning to everyone else, she goes, "Okay, so which one of you allowed me to lay face down unconscious in the sand for so long? Go on, don't be shy,
Well-
raise your hand."
I don't.
Gain consciousness.
Right, we all just sort of woke up, and I don't think any of us really wanted to surprise touch you.
And
Uh,
Are
I
you
seem
sure
to
about
remember-
that, Miss Meta?
I did come to wake you up, but you know.
Listen, we've had this conversation. You don't get to surprise me.
I,
No.
I
That's-
I started questioning, making sure
why
everyone
would I
was still
surprise
alive.
you?
We didn't want to touch you while you were unconscious. We just, like, you know, I thought about poking you with a stick, but I thought that might make things worse
Well,
than
I
just
mean,
letting you sleep.
You probably can imagine the joke I will make off of that, but I will.
Right, I'm
reference
gonna
that
go.
later.
I'm just gonna start
Mhm.
walking towards the forest, like
Yeah.
away. Not quickly. I have very short legs, but I'm just gonna start like waddling off to the forest.
You probably heard Fungi as you turned say that he was questioning whether you guys were alive or not as you turn and face him.
I'm alive.
Still here,
How did
darling.
you know this?
You're still my friend, right? We're good.
Me?
Yeah,
Of course.
wonderful. I jumped in that hole after you.
That's true. Thank you for that.
True friends jump into mystery holes after one another. Let's go. Should we check out the
That
forest?
sounds like a night
It's-
that I witnessed.
I
a couple of-
just am never
Anyway.
gonna talk again.
Listen,
What are you talking
Roga,
about?
I kind of like you, so I'm going to explain this again.
Yeah.
I have been mercilessly chased by people who look like you for a very long time. So if I wake up and I see one like you immediately, my first instinct is to take your fucking head off. But I did not do this thing because I realized after waking up that it was you. So I do you the favor of not taking off your fucking head. Yeah?
But I am the only one like me.
No. We'll talk about this later. And she kind of like tries to reach up to pat him on the head, but like she is not tall enough. So then she like just kind of just like does this, and then the mage hand like comes up and just goes boop boop like on the top of his head, and she just like turns on her heel and starts walking towards the forest.
With mist, okay.
Amara walks up to Rokar. Yeah, I think she means axe users.
Oh.
So you and other axe users, because she has axes and you have axes, and axe people might like her axes and want to take her axes away.
I would never take her axes.
That's right. I wouldn't let you.
I don't know why
Oh
you're
my
so
goodness.
concerned then.
We forgot the bait.
The baby! Is-
Jen, we're squirt.
Where's what?
We're squirt.
Where's the baby?
The baby!
I need investigation checks from everyone looking for the baby.
Oh my gosh.
I will immediately look for the baby in the sand.
Natural 20.
Amazing.
But it does give me a 19.
I too have an 18, but not because of other things. Yes, an 18.
Nice.
18.
Okay. So everyone, as you say, like comically, wait, we forgot the baby. You see like a little mound underneath the sand kind of shifting. It doesn't look stuck. It just looks like it's running under a rug. Kind of in a circle, begins to spiral, goes a different direction.
A ghost.
But you all notice it at the same time.
Rogar will go.
Booking it. We're booking it.
Yep, same.
Booking it towards the kiddo.
You book it like 1 foot over, and you kneel down, and Rogar is able to kind of like easily scoop the mouse out of the sand, and he's just little triangle pile of sand on his head as he looks up at you.
I take like one finger and then like brush off the top of his head to get the little sand pile away.
Does a little shake, and then kind of scurries up your arm and onto your shoulder as per usual.
Fungi is watching with interest.
I'm so glad you're okay, little buddy.
And kind of
Wait,
like leans into your neck.
Are you okay? Are you squeak twice if you're okay?
He's okay.
Little tiny baby.
Triple H is like in the distance watching this with her hands on their hips, like that one guy meme that's just like.
Well, everybody's okay.
Baby, okay. Everyone's alive. Sand everywhere.
Yes.
Forest.
It can't be too bad, right?
Sure hope so.
Yeah, we've got this.
You all kind of turn and go towards
imagine.
the forest.
As Rogar walks by, Fungi reaches out a hand and pats him on the head. Like,
That's Rogar on the head or the baby?
Rogar. And then
Rogar
he-
is the baby.
they switch to one finger and kind of like did what Rogar did to Squirt as well.
Rogar kind of like leans into it a little bit. I'm glad that you're alive, my friend.
I'm glad you're alive as well. And that we are friends.
Of course. After all of that, I couldn't have done it without all of you.
I agree. I'm glad that we all found each other there.
Well,
Wonderful reunion. Can we get into some shade? Maybe.
Absolutely. I have a present for the forest.
And Fungi plucks the largest of the mushrooms growing from their chest and places it down on the forest.
As you
In
guys
hopes
kind of
that it will
walk
take
in,
root.
and Fungi leaves his gift at the door of the forest. You guys enter into seemingly endless woods. It's not dark. The sun is kind of piercing through, leaving pretty designs on the floor, and it's a little warm. It's not hot though. No one's sweating. You guys are still wet, so it doesn't feel very comfortable. But around there seems to be just small critters. Like there was a squirrel that kind of was startled by you guys entering the forest and ran up a tree, and the floor underneath you is very full of crunchy leaves and twigs and lots of sticks, but there's not a defined path, and that is the most concerning thing to you guys. It seems that you've walked into one part of a forest, and it is just endless woods. Doesn't seem like this place has been traveled before, in fact, from a basic look.
This is great. But I'm sure we could get through here.
Based on the surrounding I guess flora and fauna and the fact that it's on a coast, would we be able to, or would Amara be able to figure out the general vicinity of the continent, where we are?
You can try with a nature check, but
Okay.
generally looking around, you might not be able to determine exactly where you are on the continent specifically, but you could try to determine if you're east or west at least.
Mm-hmm. That is 13 plus 14.
14. So you feel like, especially looking at the curvature of the sand beach and the outstretch of leaves and everything going around, and kind of where the moss is growing, you kind of determine that you're on the inner crescent of the island, which you can make a history check following that.
Nice. History 10.
You are fully aware that the inner crescent of the island is really not traveled. No one comes here. It was overtaken by werewolves many, many, many years ago, before you were even alive, before your parents were even alive. And you, honestly, from personal knowledge and reading stories, you don't have much to go off of. You just kind of know the history of the place, but there's nothing present because no one comes here.
So, I have good news and bad news. Which one are you going to hear first?
Well, let's go with the bad news first, eh?
I like good news.
Tiebreakers? One guy.
Bad first.
Like news.
Start with the worst and then end with the better news. That's usually
Okay.
how I do it.
That
That way you
sounds
end on a
great.
positive note.
Well, it seems like now I'm stating the obvious, but no one lives here. And I don't think anyone has lived here for a very long time. And who knows where the nearest town, road, anything is really. Yeah.
That's really bad news. What's the good news?
The good news is that I know where we are, though.
Hey, that is good
Besides
news.
it not being the middle of nowhere, it's a special middle of nowhere. And we're in the inner crescent of the island. I mean, I haven't been here before. I don't think anybody else has been here before, like I said earlier. But at least we know we are on the island. So yay!
Yeah, once you all hear that you're in the inner crescent, everyone except Fungi can make a history check.
Ooh.
Fungi gets an auto fail.
Aww.
I understand.
Sorry, Fungi.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no, I
Fungi.
get it. I chose this.
Did you say nature?
I'm
History?
sorry.
You say history?
A
Yeah,
history. I did, yeah.
I
That is
misremembered.
Critical success for Chigurl.
Okay.
3.
Critical fail for Jiboy.
Okay. Surprising. So we'll say your critical success. You have done research kind of in this area because you have heard of riches and things like that, and people travel out here to make money. People travel out here, but they also don't come back. So you have tall tales and stories from bards that you've heard in taverns and places that you've traveled to, especially since you're so kind of well traveled from being on the run. The one thing that sticks out in your mind, though, is that there are forest farms that you do remember, because one person made it back and was telling a rather convincing story about some forest farms and how they thought it was weird that people were farming out in the middle of nowhere, and they never really understood what the farming was even for.
Okay, so based off of what Amara has said, there are some farms out here somewhere. This guy, I can't remember his name. He paid well for drinks, but wasn't very, memorable otherwise. Told a story about there being farms out here, so we possibly could find some place to at least find shelter for the night, huh? Perhaps more? Who knows? But
Well, we should start walking then, eh?
and I think I have a pretty good idea of, and she mockingly licks her finger and then does this thing because she has no idea if this actually helps or not. But she thinks it's funny to do. Hero doesn't have pronouns in the cast message. Oh no.
I thought I fixed that.
Sure, what?
Thank you for saying so, Friendship
Thank you
Magic.
for
Thank
saying
you.
something. Try to fix it again.
There he, him, for what
Thank
it's
you.
worth.
Yeah.
And I believe the character is also,
Yes.
if I'm mistaken. Cool. So she just kind of does the licking wind finger bit, and then she kind of just goes, I think, if we could probably figure it out, we'll get there.
What are they?
How big can this
farming?
place be? She says, and then she immediately knocks on the nearby tree to just be like, I don't want to jinx us.
Well,
I have no idea.
is looking around, are there any particularly tall trees?
Sure, you can make a survival check if you guys would kind of just get a feel of the land.
Maybe we could climb one of these trees and get a better lookout.
If you're proficient in survival, you can do it with advantage.
Ooh, good.
What? 24,
Terrible.
not 20.
10.
Okay.
I got a 12.
I got a 23.
Ooh.
So, I would say Mist and Rogar, you guys very overwhelmed. And in fact, Mist, as you look up into the air to look at the trees, the sun kind of pierces your eyes. You have that disadvantage there generally. So you look down at the ground and you're kind of looking, and again, there doesn't seem to be any animal trailings or anything around. And Rogar, you're looking up, and the trees don't seem endless per se, but there aren't any defined larger, bigger ones around that you can climb. You could try to climb any of them, but you kind of get a little bit of a feeling that they might snap, and possibly you're curious about what tree sound happens when they fall, but who knows? And Fungi and Amara, you guys feel kind of drawn to nature and are really kind of, you see the moss and how it's guiding it, what seems like a small pathway. There's not a definite moss on this side of the tree on all trees. It's on this specific road that seems to extend further out.
Okay.
Kind of past your vision, I would say. It continues on.
Well, seems like there's a path this way. And then she just points in the general direction, not really caring if anyone can actually see if there's a path. But she's like, yeah, there's a path there.
I had made a similar estimation. I'm excited that we both came to the same conclusion. After you.
And I thought Amara's heading straight forward.
Rogar's.
I will
And-
follow.
Mhm.
She
You
seems
see
to know what the
fungi.
fuck she's going, so let's go.
Fungi bent at the waist with their arm kind of motioning towards the path in the direction. They're leaning, waiting for everyone to pass. It's kind of creepy after a while. It's kind of cute for the first 3 seconds, but they're just standing there unmoving for way too long.
You can go if you want.
I'm waiting for all of you. I saw the path as well. I can help lead us.
Maybe Do you want to go in front of me? Just in case anything comes up behind us.
I said lead, but this may have been considered a lie. I meant correct your path.
Oh. Just look for the mushroom. I won't get lost.
Fungi kind of like straightens up.
Okay. I shall lead. You.
Thank you.
And Fungi begins walking, but like is paying very close attention to where Rogar is in particular.
I mean, do you all want to be in front of me? I mean, it's totally fine. I don't know. I just like the moss.
You are free to lead.
Okay.
Do you feel comfortable leading?
I mean, it's just moss. Hopefully, there's no one here. Yeah. No. Yeah. We're farmer people, forest farms. Triple H was there's farmers in the forest? She says this all
Listen.
while still walking.
You know, I initially found it hard to believe myself, but the more he talked about it, the more I was like, you know, it would make a lot of sense to be away from the city and just making your own path, as somebody once said, some smart ass person. You know, to just be out here, not much of in a way to bother you, making your own food, living your own life.
They eat moss?
I mean, I didn't say that. I'm sure there's some sort of tillable land or something. I'm not my father. Don't ask me. I don't fucking know.
Wait, does your father know a lot about the forests?
I don't want to get into that, but
Oh, well. Alright then.
Well, I never knew my dad.
Really?
Nope.
Oh.
Or my
My
mom.
Your father either.
I knew my dad. He was
are we about to play Can You Top This with poor father rearing or something? Is
I
that what's
mean,
sort of going to happen?
I had a great relationship with my father. I don't know about anybody else.
my dad was great. I loved
Marching.
my dad.
Thank fuck. I was starting to worry. We were all be like, hey, all our dads are bad, or we don't have one. Oh, you know,
No, my
she's
Offended if
She's
I
like
said I didn't have a father.
slowing down. She's not like going as fast as everyone else anymore.
Well, we could be dadless buddies, Fungi. I think that's cool.
I want to be a buddy
Oh,
too.
your voice like disappeared, George.
What do you mean, cool?
Cool as in ooh, this is really hard. Ooh, how does like great, but like not necessarily a correlation of like bad and good, but like on trend.
Hold on, I've got this one. So, Fungi, you want to know what cool is?
Yes. Please.
One moment. And Triple H turns to Mist and goes, darling, you know, when we find this farm, we could find ourselves a room together. Hmm?
Miss looks right at Triple H, makes eye contact, and then just goes, and then turns and keeps walking forward after Amara, but realizes Amara's probably stopped, so then just stands staring at Amara's back. Like, man.
And then and then Triple H turns to Fungi and goes, the opposite of that.
You knew exactly what you were doing.
Oh, darling, normally I do.
I like to imagine that Triple H is also eating something and just does not elaborate how or why.
Titty
Yep.
food.
Yep,
Titty snacks.
yep, yep.
It's a real thing.
Fungi.
Jen, is that true? Leaving it up to you.
Will you allow
Put
it?
it in canon. If you guys eat on camera, you have food in your game.
Oh, it's awesome.
Just picking up things. On
Fungi looks as confused as a Warforged could like head still tilted, looking back and forth between everyone. There was no like clear answer on what cool was.
I'm more confused about this than I am about fun.
I'm gonna turn to Fungi and I'm like, so cool is when you don't respond awkwardly to everything. But I don't know if you know what awkward means either. So basically, just don't do what I do, according to her. And I'm gonna just like point over my shoulder at Triple H without looking at her. If you do the opposite of what I do, then you'll be fine.
Should I aim for cool?
I don't really know. I've never tried to be cool in my life. I've just tried to follow the. Anyway, and then I'm gonna like close my eyes and I'm gonna take my covering off and I'm gonna wring it out a little bit and then I'm gonna tie it back on over my face and then I'm just gonna start readjusting all of my armor because I'm very uncomfortable.
Hey,
You seem uncomfortable. Ah!
Oh.
Ah! It just keeps on squeaking. I mean, Rogar, you can definitely talk. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
I talk a lot.
No, I was just gonna ask why do you wear that? The thing, the cloth on your eyes?
Oh, so I'm from underneath the mountain and I've spent most of my time without real sun. So if I take it off during the daytime, it really hurts my eyes.
Oh.
I can show you if you want. I'm not secretive about it. It just makes it easier for me to be out and about with the sun.
Yeah, no, you know, they want you to be comfortable. Don't.
Oh, it's all right here, and I'll like lift them up, and you see that the white parts of my eyes are just red. Like everything about my eyes are like deep red, except for the pupils, which are black and a little bit bigger than normal people size. But like, I'm like very obviously squinting to try and keep my eyes open, and like, so that's what they look like. And then I just cover them back up real slow, real quick.
I bet you could see really good in the dark, though.
I can see really well in the dark, yeah, but I can't see so well out here. I really am jealous of Fungi's hat, honestly, because that looks like it just covers the sun so well.
Well, first thing, if we find a hat shop, I will buy you the biggest hat there ever was.
Oh no, you don't have to buy me nothing. But if we do find something I could fashion into a hat, I haven't been out in the sun this long in a really long time.
Ooh. Let's see.
Fungi like looks up to the sun and just kind of stares at it for a time.
Directly.
I didn't realize that you could look.
Just,
No, darling. See, if
Steam.
we do that,
Steam just
it hurts a
coming from
lot.
your eye
Rogar
holes.
also looks up and stares into the sun.
listen, half-orc boy, knock that off.
Oh, I don't know how
can't
you
fight
do
the
that.
It is magnificent.
It was really cool, though.
You want to know how he does it? He doesn't have like organic eyes. You know what I mean when I say that?
You made
No.
out of carbon?
As Rogar's blinking, you have like this circle that shows up every time you blink because you looked at the sun until it turned blue.
He like reaches into her tits and just starts eating again, just like shaking her head.
Full taco.
How?
Yeah, there's still sand in it. Ugh.
I mean, anyone hungry? I can make some berries.
You can make berries?
Yeah. She just opens her palm and boom, there are 10 good berries in her hand. And she pops them in her mouth, plops some to mist.
Good.
Berry? I promise they're not poisoned.
Who are you offering those to?
Rogar.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you.
Clearly no.
It's you.
Sorry, I couldn't see. I didn't know you were offering them to me.
I told you not to do that. So.
Well, now I know. So
I think if you eat the berry, because your eyes might heal a little bit faster.
Rogar puts out a hand. Little tiny berry. And shoves it in his mouth.
Mara turns to Fungi, now walking like backwards. You want a berry?
I do not know what to do with the berry.
Do you eat them?
Oh
They're
boy. All right.
You know what? That's probably for the best. Triple H, you want a berry? No?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Have you ever tried to eat anything?
Fun guy.
He's literally eating right now.
Okay, what are you doing?
Did you ever try to eat anything?
I am not familiar with eating.
Oh, no.
It's you put it into your mouth and you
Exactly.
Nom. Nom.
Nom.
What
do you
are
taste?
these words magic?
I don't know.
Yes. 100%. They make the food taste better.
It's true.
It has been
Fungi,
proven by science, but it can be magic.
Fungi extends a hand for a good berry.
You get to good berry.
Fungi smashes the good berry into their face.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
Does fungi have a discernible jaw that opens, or did you smash it into
It does
a-
not open. No.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I was checking. So
Yeah.
you just kind of
It's
have like
like
a mouth
Bubba
shape.
berry face, Bubba berry face. Mom.
it's like
Ugh.
where two pieces of metal like meet, but they are two different pieces of metal. So it resembles like a jaw.
But it's not a hinge.
But there's no hinge. Like it doesn't open when they speak.
It's like that scene from Mitchell's versus the Machines where the robot tries to eat an orange and it just smashes the orange into its face, and it's like, I am a real human, and then goes.
I'm not familiar, but
10 out of 10. Great movie. You should watch
It
it.
is.
Everyone kind of like eats this good berry. You feel a sense of content and feeling energized and good, and just completely not hungry. Not incredibly full, but you don't need to eat. You feel good. Just off the one berry.
That was
That's interesting.
the best berry I've ever had.
Aw, thanks.
Everyone roll a D100 to see if you like the berry. I want to know. I want a flavor preference by dice roll.
Let's
Do I have to? Because I made them.
I'm assuming you would like them, but you can roll
Yeah.
to see if you like your own berries. That'd be fine.
I rolled triple zeros.
Oh.
I don't know what that
Oh.
is.
That's actually 0, I think, right?
Is it
I
a
think
0 or
it-
100? What is?
I
100
think that
is 100. Or
I th-
01.
I thought percentage die was 0 to 99.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe?
So
I
it's
don't
0
know.
and then 00, so that's 0.
Mine was a 23.
It's 82.
You don't like it. You like it.
50.
Missed. How could you?
You can go with or without it.
42.
Rogar hated it.
so the
Like-
triple zeros. I was like, these are the best berries I've ever had.
Can I do an insight check to see if I can pick that up as a lie?
You can pick that up as a lie.
Oh, okay.
Just
I mean-
automatically. You're like, you're not trying.
Ooh, all right.
I feel like I'm trying, but I mean, I feel like Rogar's so bad at it. He's not really
You know what I'm-
accustomed to lying, so.
The question
know
is,
I'm
would
a-
Amara pick up on it?
Well, you don't
Well,
have
what
to
is
worry
your-
because
Passive. You guys can roll against the passive.
Unless Triple H just tells me.
I was gonna say you don't have to worry because Triple H is
That's
literally about to tell you.
Should I roll deception?
Yeah, roll deception. Do it. Roll
Okay.
deception. See how good you
My
lied.
passive
Maybe it
is
was really
12, by
good.
the
You were
way.
trying.
11.
And the passive passes that.
Yeah.
11.
An 11
I
to an
don't-
11.
I don't hide it. I just chew and I'm like, that's a berry. Hmm.
Rogar's trying to be polite.
You tried.
I was not.
Miss Darling, did you require some sort of palate cleanser, perhaps?
I'm afraid to say any sort of answer to that question. This was a fine berry. I've had worse.
I thought it was a good berry.
It technically is a good berry.
What about the palate cleanser?
Well, for you, the palate cleanser is, and she like rummages into like the little bag that's like just like the back, like it just sits on the shelf of her ass, like she's like rummaging back in there, and she produces a small bottle of ink. Goes, if you want it.
What
Hmm?
what is it?
What do you mean? What is it? It's ink. You write with it.
Wait. Why would they
Hey,
drink?
you asked, okay?
He's gonna reach into his pack and pull out a flask of water and drink.
See, you could have just gone with that and said you asked for the palate cleanser for me. I tell you what it is, and she like reaches back and puts it back and closes it up, muttering to herself. I mean, I was going to offer something a bit more tantalizing to Miss, but they were like, "Oh, I don't know how to answer that question." And
Oh, I see how it is. Okay.
Next time, I'll keep my good berries to myself. And Amara turns
Hey.
forward and
listen, Amara, I didn't hate it.
No, it's fine.
I still thought they were good berries.
It was very nice of you, and I appreciate that.
It was Rogar and Miss that made the big display of not liking it.
Hey.
I didn't think it was bad.
I'm not gonna lie and say that they were good. It's just a berry. It's just a berry, but it made me feel not hungry anymore, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much, Amara, for not making me be hungry.
It was
I'm
a
not
very
lying.
sweet gesture. Rogar's all
Still gotta be sad
is
about
huffy.
it, though. I think I'm entitled to at least 10 minutes of sad, and then I will forgive you.
You're absolutely entitled to feel exactly how you feel, and I want to like pat Amara on the shoulder and just give Amara like guidance for her failing how she wants to feel.
All right, you have guidance. How long does guidance last? Just until you use it, or
It lasts for exactly 1 minute or until I lose concentration. So
Okay.
she feels slightly better about herself for about a minute.
one of the 10 minutes?
Yup.
So you said that you started walking forward as well,
Yes.
kind of like a
Back
walk
turn
and
from
talk.
everybody else.
Well-
Don't talk to me. I'm angry.
Aren't you? You're in the front, right?
Yep.
So Amara, you kind of keep walking forward, and this moss kind of covering the trees is swirling. You guys feel like you're making a zigzag, more like an S turns though. Like you're going back and forth, but you are moving forward. And still, you look to the right and look to the left every so often, and you don't see this moss on any other trees. So it feels like a path. So you continue walking forward, and it's a peaceful walk. You guys are making quite a lot of noise because you're crunching on all the leaves on the floor, and the twigs break underneath your heals, and it's not a quiet journey, but it's peaceful and nonetheless. Couple birds land and watch you as you pass by, and then they flutter off, and a couple squirrels kind of run across your path, and you kind of get a little distracted and then keep walking forward, and not much goes on until about an hour goes by. You guys are walking, weaving through these woods, and kind of walking kind of directly towards you is a very small, kind of scraggly but cute, fully leather armor child of furry and ears and of long tail, fully cat. So you can tell this is a tabaxi, just walking towards you. He has a bow in his hand, and he kind of waves. But it's clearly a child as you guys are walking forward, and he waves. Hello?
Hello.
Hey!
Are you guys lost?
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
Very
Found the
lost.
path.
That's surprising. You can tell that the common that this child is speaking is very broken. They're trying to communicate with you, but it's not native. Well, the tribe found you and came back and reported, and they said that I gotta come tell you to come back, and we can help you. He appears nervous only because he's a child, but clearly, like, in hunter's clothing. Like, he comes out into these woods all the time, but he doesn't seem scared. Just offering help.
Well, I trust him, and I'm just gonna start walking.
I'm
Kind
with
of,
Miss.
like, bounces a little on his foot when you say, well, I trust him.
It's so nice of you. What is your name, big guy?
My name is Hawkfeather.
Hawkfeather. I'm
Oh,
Rogar.
that's
Nice to meet you. My tribe is called Sun. We are about 2 hours this way. And we're the only thing for days. So I figured you might want water, you might help food. I don't know, but it's a very small town, but we're happy to have you. Or you can just keep traveling, but you're lost and no one comes here that looks like you.
That would be very nice. I hate to speak for everybody, but that would be wonderful.
He, like, looks at the approval in your face and then kind of shifts to looking at H, and Funga, he kind of furrows his eyebrows, but not in an intense way, mostly like a what is this type of way. But you're standing, you got 2 feeties.
Nice to meet you, Hawkfeather. I am functional unit of garnering, nurturing, interspecies interrelationships. A pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. The only word I understood out of that name you have is unit.
You may call me Fungi.
Fungi, that's a lot easier. My dad is just a few paces that way. He saw a boar and thought that we would want that for dinner or something. So he's gonna be back in a minute. His name's Art of Shadows. He's really nice. But we're the head. He like puts his hands on his little hips. We're the head hunters of our tribe.
Wow.
well, I think that's pretty cool. I'm Amara, by the way.
Amara, and Fungi, and
Mist.
Mist. Like the weather?
Sure.
Okay. And kind of looking towards H and Rogar.
Rogar again.
Oh, you said your name. I'm sorry.
No, you're great.
I am a little lost for your language. So I maybe thought you might have said hello.
What?
Like Rogar.
Oh.
Rogar.
Rogar.
I think it makes sense. Well, as I said, we're the Sun tribe, so please come. I'll lead you the way if you wanted. And he just kind of turns completely back towards you and kind of begins walking this same path. But sorry, do you guys follow? I didn't mean to just say you were.
Follow.
I'll follow.
Rogar's also got a nudge Trip. And be like, why didn't you say hi?
Why would I say hi? I don't know that child.
Well, we don't know anything out here, do we?
Exactly. So you have to be on your guard.
It's just a kid.
Okay. Well, when we are running for our lives, approximately 1 day from now, I'm going to look at you and go, "Oh, he's just a kid."
Or you'll be thanking me. Say, "Oh, Rogar, it's so nice. They were wonderful. I love Hawkfeather. He's so cute."
Yeah, I don't make a habit of loving kids.
Yeah. I guess we'll see.
They're not terrible. They're all right most of the time.
I think I'm fine, he says right in front of you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you can hear things. You're pretty nice.
Yeah.
You see his ear kind of turns back forward when you say, "Oh, that's right, you can hear." He's like, "Oh."
I can do that too. Amara just
Yeah, you can.
mirrors.
Little tiny eavesdropper there.
See, I already told you. Immediately proven correct Triple H's. Now let's go or whatever. He said this is the only place for days, so I'd rather them attempt to trap us or backstab us or whatever sooner over later, yeah?
Oh, we
He's just
wouldn't
a
be the ones
baby.
to backstab. We wouldn't be the ones to do that. That's the goblins in the
Let's go.
forest. That's why this path is marked. He kind
Oh.
of says all this while walking.
See, that's so helpful, Trip. We already know there's goblins in here.
Listen to you. I am Hashladoon Harley Hedonist. I am not Trip, okay?
Oh, of course.
I still don't quite trust you, half-orc man.
Can I
Rogar.
roll an insight check on the child, just since Hashladoon is so untrusting?
You can, if you can tell me what he has done to make you suspicious.
When he said that there was goblins in the forest and that's why the path was marked, it would seem a little bit suspicious that they'd mark a path if there were goblins who could find a path that was
Sure.
marked.
Roll
So
an
I'm
insight
like,
check.
does that make sense from a survival standpoint?
Sure.
Oh, it probably does to me. Let's see, that's 12.
Yeah, I mean, from your knowledge, goblins aren't that smart, but there's not a lot of goblins in the mountains that you're aware of. But it feels, you kind of listen to what the child is saying and you look at the path, and it does kind of blend. It's not extremely vivid. It's not like this bright green moss along a pathway. It's very kind of like on the floor, kind of surrounding a few trees, and from what your understanding of goblins is, it's just like, maybe they would get it, but you don't have a suspicious sense that this kid is lying for any reason.
That makes sense. I didn't notice it either, so I can't really judge completely. All right, I'm just gonna keep that to myself and keep walking.
Okay. Yeah, the goblins, they come out at night, so it's daytime, and I just figured I would lead you to the next campgrounds that we make along the way, but you don't have to stay with us until then, but the goblins are a real menace. So we've been losing a lot of people in the tribe because they just keep growing, but you know, that's a problem for another day maybe.
Well, I think we should go with them. I think that'll probably be a little easier.
Yes,
And-
yes, let's already do it, huh?
Yeah.
I agree.
So you guys continue to travel, and in about 30 minutes into your walk, he stops and looks at you and says, "Okay, so now it's kind of asking you to trust me, but my dad is this way." He points out of the pathway. He says, "I'm gonna wait for him here. You guys can keep going, but in another half day you'll make it to the forest as long as you are Sorry, I'm at the campground. As long as you're on this pathway, you'll be fine. We're in the forest, so I just misspoke.
How long does your dad plan on being gone, do you think?
Oh, he's on his way. He was just hunting that boar. Usually I would say every hunt takes about 45 minutes. Usually because the sun ticks just a little bit more, but not all the way to the next tick. We have lots of ticks. Until it's gone. Until I know that until I know that it's sleeping, until I know that it's about to wake up, until it says good morning to us, and then until it's about time for lunch, and then it's about time for half lunch, and then it's about time for dinner. And then it says, all right, time to go hunting for tomorrow's lunch and dinner and half dinner, and then it goes to bed again, and then it says it's sleeping, and it says, that then I'll wake up the next day, and just tick, 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 tick the whole time.
You have half meals? That's super cool.
We have 3 meals, but they're all in the afternoon.
Huh.
Because the other half of the tribe that goes the other direction eats in the morning.
Because
the goblins, the goblins eat us. So someone needs to be awake all the time.
Oh.
What?
Well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, let's keep moving.
Wait.
Well, I'm gonna wait for my dad. And he kind of looks at you passing by.
Oh.
I feel bad for just leaving.
I'm a hunter. You're not leaving me alone.
Okay.
Well, you are a mighty hunter. Obviously, we can see that. But we can wait. I mean,
Specifically, I stalk the shadows. You'll never see me coming.
I would feel safer if you were protecting me.
I just want to lean.
Because you would be more protected.
I want to lean over to Amara and just be like, "What a terrifying little child!"
I am terrifying.
Oh fuck!
You are terrifying.
But that's why I'm the biggest hunter, and that's why I'm out here with my dad, who's an even better hunter. I hear everything that happens, and we go there, and I alert the town that goblins are coming. I alert anyone in the forest that the goblins are going, and I alert anyone that there's a squirrel. There's one right there. He points at it, and you guys heard nothing. And there's a bird.
How long have you been doing this?
Since I was born.
How long ago were you born?
7 years ago.
You're 7.
And you know what? I've changed my mind. I like this little one.
He's very.
I told you.
He doesn't use axes, so there's no reason for you not to like them.
Yeah.
No, axes aren't, fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bow. As I said, you won't see me coming. Actually, I hear my dad, and you see his ears just completely flip backwards. And he goes, "Oh, he caught the boar. It's bleeding. I can smell it." And he turns and he kind of starts to jut off into the forest. He goes, "I'll see you guys at the camp."
Okay.
Keep walking. Follow the path. Follow the path. It's gonna. Oh, right. The path is gonna turn left in about an hour. Bye.
Is he gone?
He's gone.
He's so cute.
I was lying. He terrifies me. Let's keep going.
He's terrifying, little guy. Look at you. I think he could kill me.
But he's pretty cool, though, right?
So Roga, in a day when you are asleep and he is hovering over your bed with a knife ready to strike you, I'm going to look at you and go, "Oh yes, he's very nice, very helpful, yeah."
Oh, do you think he would hover over my bed, the one who says, "Oh, you're very cool, very nice," and then or the ones like, "I don't like you"?
Listen, I'm aware that I may look like a, shall we say, and she actually points her gaze a little bit at Amara this time and is like, "Scintillating meal, but you look like the best game for a hunter."
I don't know. I don't know if I'm good game. Hunting predators never really. It's not the best. That's why you hunt things like boars and elk. They don't fight back.
What do you know about boars?
Well,
Half-orc man.
I grew up on the plains and there were enough of them.
This is a walking and talking conversation.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just check. Just check.
Yeah.
We're all just standing here talking shit about this little kid who was like, I could kill you in my sleep.
He's so cute.
It was implied though.
I mean,
Well, you may know a little bit about boars, but you don't know anything about wild boars. If you think that they are as easy game as you say they are.
Oh man, mountain boars are terrifying. Have you ever seen them?
Exactly.
They've got the thickest hides because it's so damn cold up there. You try and hunt one, you try and pierce it with an arrow and just goes bounces right off. Fucking terrifying.
Exactly. And she looks pointedly at Rogar.
well, yes, it sounds terrible. I mean, almost as terrible as a hippogriff. And he kind of brushes his shoulder that is covered in kind of a fur and feather, which looks distinctly almost like a hippogriff pattern.
Listen, just because you went to a trader and got some hippogriff hide does not mean she's obviously like just giving him shit at this point. Does not mean that you get to know exactly how wild boars act.
Yes, it would be terrible if those wild boars could fly through the air and tear a man apart with just their claws or their beaks. Oof, it would be terrifying.
Someday you're gonna get attacked by a wild boar, and then me and Trips are gonna look at you and be like, "See, we told you."
Why are you taking their side?
Sorry, am I allowed to call you Trips? Are we friends like that, or am I not cool enough? And then I wink at her, and then I keep walking.
Oh my god, that was really cool, actually.
Well, you know, in that instance, I don't mind being proven wrong. And she keeps walking.
The one time that my terrible charisma works in my favor. Is anyone good with following? I can't see shit out here.
I can lead still.
You look like you know what you're doing. Truly.
Yeah, Rogar. And then she'll elbow, like, I guess his hip? I think that's how
Right.
tall it would be. Elbow his hip. Yeah, you never know. There could be a wild boar anywhere, even here. And then she's wild shaping into a boar.
I mean,
It is your grunt noises while like running around in circles while that's still going forward.
see, they're not so bad. They're kind of cute.
Gentle grunts.
Boar Amara follows the path, and you guys follow Boar Amara as you guys just kind of being led down the path. It begins to swirl, and there is a T that comes across, and the moss stretches both directions.
We're
You know-
supposed to go. What were you
Yeah.
saying?
This is adorable, and it was quite good for the banter. The Tabaxi child who could smell boars and was a renowned hunter, maybe not the best choice, Amara. You know?
Oh,
A boar could give like side eye. That's exactly what's happening.
I'm not
It's just
saying
like-
you don't look good or anything. I'm just saying, you know, if the boy decides, hey, I hear a boar from fucking 3 miles away or whatever, and he comes and shoots arrows at you, I'm just going to go, you know, see, I told you it was probably not the best choice of action. That's all. Anyway, we're supposed to go left, so
Boar Amara just stands still for like a couple of seconds, and then you just hear like whatever, like exhale, and then poof, she's back. Yes. But boars don't typically get domesticated like this, so I think I would hope.
listen, all I know is that they are hunting boar for food, and you just turned into one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to say. You know, I kind of like you, so didn't want to see your end be met because some young demon tabaxi child was going to have you for dinner.
They're not a demon, they're just hungry, alright?
True. True, not. I mean, if we hadn't eaten my delicious berries, then we would be hungry too.
Hey, listen, I ate it, and as I said, I did not hate it.
Oh no.
Exactly, fun guy. Exactly.
Num num num.
And we're gonna nom our way into our first break.
Yeah.
Let's go.
As you guys turn left and travel a little bit farther until you find some kind of like rudimentary crafted gating of a small little village. Let me go on break now.
Alright, we'll be back.
Yay. Thank you to everybody who's donated so far. We
Yes.
appreciate
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Thank
the love.
you. Bye.
Bye. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Like through the kitchen.
Yeah, but he did also say that there's like an hour wait before they go to bed,
a
right?
while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said
So I-
the people from the kitchen are gonna be back in about a minute and a half now. He said 2.5
Right.
minutes, but it's been some time since you guys.
Right. So
Gonna leave.
If we knock
Yeah,
out the
same.
people coming back, then we have more time.
either way, we have to wait an hour. So
Oh, unless we also knock out the guards.
well, I have a plan for the guards.
Okay.
But
Mixed in with like, you ain't shit, you never been shit, you never will be shit. In an attempt to overwhelm someone that she can either, just stumble over, like doing mind stuff, because Riot knows that mental things take a lot of foundations before you can actually start influencing other people, but Veronica doesn't know that because she's new to this shit. And I also want her to overreact. So,
And the letter's like slowly getting more smudged. Do you make sense of this? There's something in your mouth. And Ari will jump up and is trying to take it off.
As soon as it comes off, she goes, "Oh, thank goodness! I haven't seen anybody in 3 days. Oh my God! Oh, that's a letter. I think I can read letters. But it looks like the common. And, okay, so I don't know what a rom is, and it looks like this thing's getting kind of smushed. So I don't know if I can tell you what a rom is. But my uncle, I think, he had a rom once. But then he caught him, and he was dead real quick. That's where you get started with.
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that.
That's
Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. And that will bring us to Danis. Unfortunately, Danis, they did not get super within range of you. And I feel bad about that, but here we are.
Just a melee in airship combat.
Just melee.
It's very
I don't know about you, but I'm excited to have Patreons on Feywild and Out's Patreon channel or page or something.
And each one of them is holding an empty beaker of V24.
Or nor Cleor.
oh shit.
I've only heard them say that one other time, and that means, oh fuck. We're done. We have to fight.
Are we making this canon?
Yeah. Or nor Cleor. Oh fuck.
That May?
Yeah, you.
Ooh, I mean,
You attacked us, and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like 7 of us. He's just like, he's significant.
All right, fine.
Picks it back up.
And she makes eye contact with Nisa and says, "On your mark."
Ready? Set. Go!
Constitution saving throws.
Hey.
Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say no
Yeah.
more. I can't do sports because of a bleeding disorder. Well, I couldn't do contact sports, so they were like, "You could ride horses." I was like, "Horses smell like shit." You could play water polo. I can't swim that well.
Ringworm.
You can play golf.
I'm sorry.
Golf?
That was
I'm a teenager. I don't own a boat. I can't complain that much about the weather. They won't even let me rent a fucking golf cart.
Damn.
So I got golf lessons, and
so anyways, I played golf.
So I busted my mouth open with a fucking club bending down to get a ball one time, and and I stopped doing golf.
Word art, like bubbles, keep like appearing, and you actually watch as Veronica literally has to physically like move them away as they start like overcrowding her. Overruled. All of them just keep crowding in, and she's having to like push it away. And finally, when she does, after like almost like this swarm of like legal terminology, like word art bubbles, are
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
You like Rowan?
I like
fall down.
contort to like be aerodynamic.
So basically, you just kind of do a squat, and your legs
Robo
are
squat.
perfectly like horse stanced
Yes.
as you're just sliding down this water slide, and down below you see Kills just arrive on foot just through the water slide, just in a squat, perfect land, and then stands.
I have arrived.
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the room that Danis is in.
Nothing?
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Danis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he just kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
We are the cult of Zoe. We always sing her praise. And if you think we can't, we'll torture you for days.
Feel it.
And that's why the people of this plane believe in Zoe, or else they get slain.
And eaten.
Shivers, literal chills.
You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
What is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
It's new phone, new desk.
It's full, and I made you guys come here, and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she's going to hold on to her. No, at this point, she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know something. So she's just going to touch her hand and it's going to glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I feel nervous.
Fungi smashes the good berry into their face.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
Does fungi have a discernible jaw that opens, or did you smash it into
It does not open. No.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
So you just kind of
It's
have like
like-
a mouth
Bubba
shape.
berry face, Bubba berry face. Mom.
It's like where
Lisa, you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. It's different, but in a good way.
They're the kitchen.
Yeah, but he did also say that there's like an hour wait before they go to bed, right?
A while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said
So
the people from the kitchen are gonna be back in about a minute and a half now. He said 2.5 minutes, but it's been some time since you've been.
Right. So
Gonna leave.
If we knock
Yeah.
out the people coming back, then we have more time.
either way, we have to wait an hour. So,
Oh, unless we also knock out the guards.
well, I have a plan for the guards.
Okay.
But-
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that. Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. And that will bring us to Danis. Unfortunately, Danis, they did not get super within range of you. And I feel bad about that, but here we are.
just a melee in airship combat.
Just melee.
I can't do sports because of a bleeding disorder. Well, I couldn't do contact sports, so they were like, "You could ride horses." I was like, "Horses smell like shit." You could
Ride
play
horses,
water polo. I can't swim that well.
Ringworm.
You could play golf.
I'm sorry.
Golf?
That was a
I'm
part
a
of my
teenager. I don't own a boat. I can't complain that much about the weather. They won't even let me rent a fucking golf cart.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
golf lessons, and
so anyways, I played golf.
so I busted my mouth open with a fucking club bending down to get a ball one time, and and I stopped doing golf.
Mixing with like, you ain't shit, you never been shit, you never will be shit, in an attempt to overwhelm someone that she can either, just stumble over, like doing mind stuff, because Riot knows that mental things take a lot of foundations before you can actually start influencing other people, but Veronica doesn't know that because she's new to this shit. And I also want her to overreact. So,
That?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Ooh, I mean,
You attacked us, and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like 7 of us. He's just like, he's significant.
All right, fine.
Picks it back up.
And she makes eye contact with Nisa and says, "On your mark."
Ready? Set. Go!
Constitution saving
Oh my
throws,
God.
please.
Hey.
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
Are you like Rowan?
And the letter's like slowly getting more smudged. Do you make sense of this? There's something in your mouth. And Ari will jump up and is trying to take it off.
As soon as it comes off, she goes, "Oh, thank goodness! I haven't seen anybody in 3 days. Oh my God! Oh, that's a letter. I think I can read letters. But it looks like a common. And okay, so I don't know what a ROM is, and it looks like this thing's getting kind of smushed. So I don't know if I can tell you what a ROM is. But my uncle, I think, had a ROM once. But then it caught him, and he was dead real quick. That's where you get started with."
Nisa, you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. But in a good way.
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the room that Vance is in.
Nothing?
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Dennis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he just kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
Word art, like bubbles, keep like appearing, and you actually watch as Veronica literally has to physically like move them away as they start like overcrowding her. Overruled. All of them just keep crowding in, and she's having to like push it away. And finally, when she does, after like almost like this swarm of like legal terminology, like word art bubbles, are
You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
What is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know. But this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
It's new phone. Who knows?
and each one of them is holding an empty beaker of V24.
Or nor Cleor.
Oh shit.
I've only heard them say that one other time, and that means, oh fuck. We're done. We have to fight.
Are we making this canon?
Yeah. Or nor Cleor. Oh fuck.
It's very.
I don't know about you, but I'm excited to have Patreons on Feywild and Out's Patreon channel or page or something.
We are the cult of Zoe. We always sing her praise. And if you think we can't, we'll torture you for days.
Feel it.
And that's why the people of this plane believe in Zoe, or else they get slain.
And eaten.
Shivers, literal chills.
Just splat. Just complete and utter
I understand. Say no more, Faye.
Well, I made you guys come here, and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she is going to hold on to her. No, at this point, she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know the thing. So she's just going to touch her hand and it's going to glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I
If
feel
I were-
nervous.
Fungi smashes the good berry into their face.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
Does fungi have a discernible jaw that opens, or did you smash it into
It does not open. No.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
So you
It-
just gotta
it's
have like
like-
a mouth
Bubba
shape.
berry face, Bubba berry face.
It's like where
I like
fall down.
contort to like be aerodynamic.
So basically, you just kind of do a squat,
Mm.
and your legs
Robo
are
squat.
perfectly like horse stance
Yes.
as you're just sliding down this water slide, and down below you see Kills just arrive on foot just through the water slide, just in a squat, perfect land, and then stands.
I have arrived.
Word art, like bubbles, keep like appearing, and you actually watch as Veronica literally has to physically like move them away as they start like overcrowding her. Overruled. All of them just keep crowding in, and she's having to like push it away. And finally, when she does, after like almost like this swarm of like legal terminology, like word art bubbles, are
fungi smashes the good berry into their face.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
Does fungi have a discernible jaw that opens, or did you smash it into
It does not open. No.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I was checking. So
Yeah.
you just gotta
It's
have like
like
a mouth
Bubba
shape.
berry face, Bubba berry face.
it's like
Ugh.
where
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the room that Danis is in.
Nothing?
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Danis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
I can't do sports because of a bleeding disorder. Well, I couldn't do contact sports, so they were like, "You could ride horses." I was like, "Horses smell like shit." You could
Ride
play
horses,
water polo. I can't swim that well.
Ringworm.
You could play golf.
I'm sorry.
Golf?
That was a
I'm
part
a
of my school.
teenager. I don't own a boat. I can't complain that much about the weather. They won't even let me rent a fucking golf cart.
Damn.
So I got
Yep.
golf lessons, and
so anyways, I played golf.
so I busted my mouth open with a fucking club bending down to get a ball one time, and and I stopped doing golf.
And each one of them is holding an
Hello, everybody.
Oh!
Welcome back to the last half of stream. We've only got a little bit of time left, but we have important things going on today.
Yeah, the important things are that we are fundraising for Row Fund, which is a organization that funds lots of reproductive services and basically subsidized funds for uterus havers in Oklahoma, which is one of them states, one of them yikes law states. So that's what we are fundraising for. The command takes you to a link so you can find other local clinics. But for this particular stream, we're going with the Row Fund, and we are also going to be giving away a awesome, really cool Warlock-packed, hand-bound leather notebook to the highest tipper. And the highest tipper is Pond. Who is it?
Currently, our Klein with $120 tipped and donated.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. We have currently raised, if my math is correct, $380 for the abortion fund for Oklahoma. So it's it's a near and dear to us. So if you want to help out, please donate so that we can help
that
directly.
money over there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah. Well, who wants to give a short little recap? We haven't done too much. Lots of chatting. What have we
I
done so
will do
far?
it. I will do
Yeah.
it. So we have woken up on the beach and had a little bit of a banter, and then some checks told us that we should probably get out of the sun. Not just some checks, but also the fact that it's a beach, so it's hot. So we went into the forest, and then a couple of the more astutely surviving oriented members of the team saw that there was a very faint mossy path. So we continued to banter while we followed this path. And then we had some good berries, which unfortunately most of the team didn't like. And then...
Are you hungry though? Are you hungry?
Not some Czechs, like Czech people from Czechoslovakia, like some Czechs with like make a blah blah check. You know what I mean?
Oh, Avery.
Anyway, then we ran into a Tabaxi child who's definitely not going to murder Hero's character in his sleep. And he told us that he basically can see and hear everything, and that he's the greatest hunter. And he was like, "Hey, so we found you on the beach, so we were gonna like take you to someplace safe. Anyway, follow this path." And then we bantered some more, and then we took a break.
Yep.
And as you guys turned, you guys followed a path, and you met Hawk Feather, who is a small Tabaxi child who, without really saying anything, was a little concerningly good at listening, and expressed that he stalks the shadows and things like that. So you can probably guess what kind of ranger he is. And he told you that he was gonna help you get to some safety because you guys are not from here. It's pretty obvious. And he was shocked that you guys saw the pathway. So he said just continue to follow it and turn left at the T. When you guys got to the T, you turned left as instructed, and you made your way down a pathway and entered yourself into start some more music and get back into this. Entered yourself kind of out of the thick wood and more into a little bit of like cut grass and stomped on grass and sticks and things that have made a footpath kind of leading directly into this small enclosed camp, village, tribe. All of the structures you can see from where you're standing, walking up on the town. There's only six small buildings. They are all made of wood and bark, kind of like raw pieces of trees just kind of broken down and put into each other, wrapped with rope, and they have dried grass and sticks for roofs. And it looks very underdeveloped. Behind it, outside the fenced-in area, you guys see kind of like tilled land. You see one individual actually working the field, and he is another Tabaxi. He stands extremely thin and lanky, with like a very large chest cavity, but arms very thin, and he wields a hoe that looks like it's kind of like tied together on a stick that kind of just is all sorts of shapes. So it's homemade things, and he's just working the field, and he sees you guys, and he lifts up a small little straw hat, and he waves. and then kind of leans back down. But you hear him say, what language does Tabaxi speak? Language. I don't think anyone speaks Chult, do they?
No.
So you guys hear him. Yeah. Oh.
No, but I did say that Amara does visit the Tabaxi village nearby the healing.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
maybe a little bit.
Okay, so roll a
If you
history
allow it.
check. Roll a history with advantage and see if you can see if it's the same dialect, same type.
All right, that is a 15.
Yeah, so you actually pick up on a little bit of the words, not all of them as they're speaking, but you hear the person in the farm kind of lift up their little straw hat and they call out and you hear them say like people, ahoy, like small words that are indicating that they're being called forth so that they can greet you. And he goes back to tilling the floor and gets along with his way. And coming up from behind you, Hawkfeather actually reemerges. And he goes, I thought I smelled you.
Oh.
I thought you guys had a boar. Where did it go?
I'm the boar.
Oh.
Oh, what? You're the boar?
Find you boring?
And she's gonna wild shape again.
Hawkfeather takes a step back and he kind of like looks, and as he takes a step back, his shoulder checks a little bit into who he said his dad was, which is another tall, very thin, not a starving type of thin. It just appears to be the general body type of these individuals. They're just incredibly thin with very large chest cavities, lanky, their arms almost as long, touching their knees, just standing. And he puts his hand on the shoulder of Hawkfeather, and he has one eye completely gouged out, and sort of a very strikingly pointy face, and he kind of puts his hand on Hawkfeather. Well, that's... And he says impressive in Chult down to Hawkfeather, and Hawkfeather says, he thinks you're cool.
And Amara pops back into Amara form. Oh, really? Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen anything like that. He kind of looks up to his dad for confirmation, and he nods his head no, and he looks back. That's interesting. What? How does that work? I mean, maybe I'm not the person that I don't know.
I think really hard about an animal that I've seen, and sometimes it has to be like pretty common. It can't be like too big or like too scary. And poof. Yeah, I don't know if that was really helpful.
So back in Chult, he kind of translates for his dad, and you can kind of capture a little bit more words since they're the words that you just said. And he ends on going "Choof" for like a poof, and it's kind of adorable. And Art of Shadows he does a bow to you, and he has you can see strapped to his back is just an entire boar, like feet touching his ankles. And this man is Tabaxi man is about as tall as an outstretched boar, fully grown. So he's extremely tall, much taller than Fun Guy. And he kind of speaks a little bit more to Hawkfeather, and Hawkfeather turns and says, so, my dad says that you're interesting. Kind of turns to Fun Guy. You're very interesting. And you, pointing to Mist, apparently he's met your kind before. Do you live in the mountains?
I do.
So are you here to help us, or why are you here?
I'm happy to help in any way that I can.
Kind of translates for his dad a little bit, and his dad kind of puffs up a little, and he says a few words and walks off past the group. And anyone kind of trailing that view would see that he's walking towards someone who came to the gate as prompted by the guy tilling, and they begin conversing. And my dad's gonna put the boar for dinner, and
is he mad?
No, not even a little bit. he can't talk to you.
That makes sense. I don't speak your language, but yeah, just let me know if you need help. If anybody needs healing, if anyone's sick, I can probably help that way. Or protection. I can do my best. I don't know how long we'll be here for, but my job's sort of to save people. So
You guys don't know why you're here? He kind of looks a little saddened in the face, looking at all of your eyes.
Nope. Just to help.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Runs with Water knows why you guys are here.
Sure. Do they speak Common?
They
or...
teach me and my little brother Common, and they're from over the mountain.
Ooh, all right.
They still look like me though.
Does anyone else have a problem with us talking to them? Sort of looks around at everyone and like kind of looks at Triple H.
I don't have any problems with us speaking to anyone.
Well, I mean, if you like really wanted to get like into help, the ringing of bells. He's the one doing the farming right now, because we're waiting for Drifting Cloud to come back from the day shift to come back and trade with Ringing of Bells, and then Daydream at night inside. He tells really cool stories. And then True Poem is my favorite. That's my little brother. True Poem is super cool. And then we have Odd Tree, who is the elder of our village, and then the only other person is Little Flower, who is well, she's gone.
Gone?
Yeah, she went out for well, he kind of spaces out a little bit. It's my mom.
Oh.
She just hasn't come back since.
You kind of see Triple H soften at that a bit. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I mean, maybe she'll come back, right? Like, Runs with Water says that she's probably on a quest that she needs to be on.
How long has she been gone for?
I think tomorrow marks 6 months. I just hope she's successful in her quest. Whatever it is.
Absolutely. I bet she will be.
Yeah, so everyone here is my family, besides Runs with Water. As I said, they're from over the mountains. And this is our Sun Tribe. And we're just out here living in the forest and fighting off the goblins, who, in Chul, goblin directly translates to stars. So you can call them stars, and they will know that you're calling them goblins. Or you can just call them goblins.
Hey, Jen.
Yes.
Does Hawkfeather's father like know what he's talking about? If you catch my meaning, like, does he know that he's talking about his mom being away?
Do an investigation check. You kind of like shift your vision to kind of look at Art of Shadows and see if maybe he's looking or listening.
1A1.
Yeah, you see, Art of Shadows is absolutely not listening. His ears are completely facing the person that he's talking to, and with the indicators that you learned kind of from Hawkfeather, you can assume he's not listening at all.
Okay. Is anyone catching, like, does anyone else react when he's talking about Runs with Water being? Okay.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, while my dad cooks dinner, we could play a game. You guys could help. You could go listen to a story from Daydream at You could.
If we could talk to runs with water, that would probably be great. And then maybe after that we can play a game.
Oh, you see like his face kind of sadden as you're like, well, we'll go talk to the adults. And then as you say, maybe after, he kind of perks back up. He goes, okay, I'll get Pinpoint ready. And he kind of goes running off and the gates kind of open. The person standing at the gate opens and his father walks off with him. And you guys are kind of left just at the front of the town, the small, very small town.
What is Pinpoint?
I have no idea, but does anyone else feel a very strong urge to go look for that little Tabaxi's mum?
I think someone else was gonna say it because I thought I was gonna have to say it, but yeah, we gotta save his mom.
Or like get closure if she's not on a mission. I don't know.
It would help to know more about her if
you all know he's probably listening, right?
He's probably listening, yeah. So, that's why I'm trying to be cautious.
I'm gonna roll. You guys hear in the distance, I'm not!
See,
Close your ears!
He's not listening.
He's rolled nothing but 17 or over for all the listening checks. Continue, sorry.
So we speak to Runs with Water because they speak common. I think they're probably the only other one here, other than the kids that do. And then we find out what's going on. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't have much going on here in the forest. I don't know how to get home. And we're sort of stuck here. So we might as well help where we can, right? I mean, I don't know how to get home.
What if I hate to say this. What about the goblins? It sounds like they're kind of a problem around here.
I feel like that might have been where the mum went.
And she's probably fine.
Yeah, right. We should just find her and help her get home.
But we should also probably check the goblins to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the least of what we could do. I mean, they're taking us, basically strangers, letting us at their place and talk to their people and sharing their boar potentially.
I don't feel comfortable talking about this in the 3-mile radius that this child apparently has on the ears he's got on his head. So,
right, watch this. Let's see if he's listening. What's Pinpoint?
No response.
Nice.
Either he's smart or he can't hear us, but I understand what you're saying.
I mean, if they give us some lodging and some food, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to help out a little.
Listen, if the massacre of these goblins gets us out of here, then fuck it, let's go. The sooner the better, huh?
To the person, though.
What?
Maybe sleep.
Do you know how to say runs with water in Chult, Amara?
Do I?
So history with advantage again.
I bet. Okay.
Translation roll.
Nice.
19 plus something. Let's see what. Plus 1, 20.
Let's go.
You can say the word run, the word with, the word water. Whether or not it is the phonetic pronunciation of a name, that's fine. You know how to say runs with water.
I could get close. They should kind of know what I'm saying.
Well, let's not waste any more time. I'm already ready to get out of these clothes. Pointed look at Amara.
Amara just does weird hand gestures.
Miss just readjusts their eye covering. Like it's glasses, but it's not. Right, let's go. Amara, follow, lead the way.
So what did these persons from over the mountains? What?
I'm from the mountains, but I assume they're probably from near where I'm at, maybe?
Isn't that what is that what he said? He said somewhere over the mountains.
I'm not sure which mountains. I'm not sure where we are, to be honest, in geographical location to where I'm located usually. I was sort of just picked up and then dropped off, and then now I'm lost.
Yeah, that makes all of us.
So who's the most nearby adult?
Yeah, so as you guys kind of begin walking in, you see the person that Art of Shadows stopped to talk to is the same, still standing there, holding the gate open for you guys. And he's like a clearly aging, older tabaxi, has a lot of white fur on the muzzle and on the ear tips and everything, and they're hunched over. They're a lot shorter, but strictly by hunch. Still the same very slender look that all of them have had. He holds the door and he kind of does a bow as you turn to acknowledge him.
I like to ask, or just try my best to ask where is runs with water. Probably comes out where run with water where.
Yeah. And his ears kind of perk up and twitch a little bit, and he bows and says, "Old tree." And then kind of straightens his back a little bit and begins to walk off in a direction, kind of gesturing you guys, assuming you guys follow.
I turn to everybody else and I'm like, we're going to the old tree!
All right.
Great.
All right, then.
I'm following.
Oh, he leads you guys to one of the 6 buildings. On the door is kind of a burn of an old tree, of a very large oak tree with like very bushy top. It's just burnt into the door. And by passing by all the doors, you can see that they all have different burn marks. One of them's like an anvil. One of them is a bed, and it's town-like but very small. So he opens the door, and on the inside is a individual with robes. And they kind of stand up and look to you all with wide eyes. This person, Tabaxi, stands and is completely sleek, black fur, no specks or spots about. They appear to be fairly young. They stand tall, about a medium build versus everyone's very thin build. And he stands and is wearing robes that are purple and crossed over the kind of same colors as the healing, and their use of color range. He doesn't have any symbols or anything on him though that you're aware of. And while Old Tree holds the door open for you, you guys are kind of led into a room, and you're greeted by a Tabaxi man who bows down and says, in very clear common, "Hello," and bows, kind of stands straight back up. It is a
Rogar.
pleasure to meet all of you, Rogar.
Mara?
Amara.
Mist.
Mist.
Fun guy.
Fun guy. And you are?
And you are?
I am Runs with Water. I am the priest of this
Oh.
small town. Thank you.
Good. So listen, let's the pleasantries are great, everything. You are very kind to be so accommodating after we literally wash up on a beach not far from where you are. The small one with the incredibly satellite ears.
Yes, a prodigy, that one.
Indeed. Where is his mother?
Oh, well, Little Flower has gone on a quest. She left about 6 months ago tomorrow.
Yes. But what quest did she go upon, and why is she not back yet?
Unfortunately, she did not say, and that has been part of my studies of these people. She's the only one who's gone on a quest, but she said that her grandmother went on the same quest, and her grandmother before that, and grandmother before that. But, she was the only one to be known as Maid of Magic in this area. Besides me, but I'm not from this family.
And where exactly are you from?
Oh, I
Your
am from the
clothing's
healing.
familiar.
Oh.
And Mara just
The
like
point.
Mara actually legit does the same thing.
Why are you pointing? Is that all right?
And she'll just oh my god. This character. She will activate her healing, one of her child of healing features, and basically awaken the druid healing. So you'll see kind of like the purpley, like vein-ish things that happen when she uses her druid powers. And be like, oh, you're I wasn't expecting to see someone or even meet another child of the healing so far away from you. We're not close. How did you get here?
I do not know you. In fact, I have left the healing somewhat of 40 years ago, I believe.
Well, I mean, I'm only 25, so yeah, you were left before I was born.
That's interesting. Yes. I collect data around the world and well, our continent and soon to be the world, and bring it back to the healing for study. And then I found this little town. And well, they accepted me like family, and kind of like they're doing to you. And you know, I've felt a little bit of a love, a caring, and have stayed here for about 10 years total now.
You're from the same place, you two.
Well, did you stay in the conclave, or
No.
Just an acolyte? Yeah.
Just an acolyte. We stayed in the area. We stayed near the steamy ground. We stayed near the cave openings to ensure that, you know, none of the undead were unruly.
The undead.
You kind of recognize that as like still being a thing.
Yeah.
So 40 years have gone by and that hasn't changed.
Well, nothing really has changed since then. I mean, yeah. Oh, I don't know if you know Pacha, but Pacha's now the Archdruid there.
Oh.
You?
A kind of like a light shows in their eyes as they do recognize the name Pacha and say, "That is so good. I'm so happy about that. Wonderful, wonderful. The best one that I could even imagine to be chosen. Amazing. Please, we don't have seating, but we do have," and you can see that it's he kind of gestures behind him. You can see that it's very like to the floor kind of seating. There's a little like cook pit in the center with a table kind of around it that you would sit at on the floor on a pillow even. And he kind of gestures and takes a seat, and he says, "I believe Art should be crafting some more of his art. Anytime soon. I can smell it already.
Oh, it's
Please take a seat. If you have any questions, anything to talk about, or if you're in a rush, feel free to leave. We have bed, we have food."
Mara just plops.
So the group sees Amara taking the first leap to sit down.
Do we know exactly where this mission led?
You are an interesting creature. I didn't expect that to be your voice. But no, the mission did not indicate a location. It was more of a spiritual journey. I can't explain. I am not of sorcerer's magic. But I have heard in my travels that over the mountains there's wizard schools and sorcerer schools, and this is all becoming very clear to you guys that this is just the regular towns that you guys are from. And I can't even imagine. That sounds so unique and educational.
Well, thank you for allowing us here. And is this is old tree's place, or runs
It
with
is
water?
Old Tree. There is an old tree on the door, and the guy introduced himself as Old Tree. You can make the connection, but you don't know if you're right.
Right. For some reason, I thought this was runs with water. Old Tree is the same person. I don't.
They are not the same person. Old Tree is the person that greeted you at the door.
Okay.
Door/gate.
Cool. So yeah. So Rogar will.
I know I gave you guys a lot of names. Sorry.
That's good. It's good. Yeah. Rogar will give a deep bow to Old Tree and thank them.
Old Tree, the elder with the like whitening fur, he bows back to you, and you can see him kind of leave off to a side. There's no rooms in the area. It's like a large studio. He kind of leaves off to a side, sitting next to a bed in a small stool, and he kind of begins whittling while you guys are in the area. Well, do you have questions or anything you wanted to talk about? I am sorry that I don't have more information on Little Flower. They are deeply to themselves, and always have been.
That's more relatable than you think. So here's the situation.
Yes.
These lovely people and me ended up on a beach. Not really sure how we got here. And we are very far away from home. Me especially, you know. Telarisa is going to be very upset when I do not make the appointment she was hoping for tomorrow, because Lord knows I am nowhere near where she is. But the point is ultimately, since we all know that we are not going to be getting home anytime soon, we have heard something about some goblins, and we want to. And you can see her like struggling with this part. She's like, help.
It wasn't that hard.
Good job.
Before that, I'm going to stab you in your sleep. Anyway, so let us offer to do something about these stars, as you call them.
Yes, they do call them stars here. It's not an official Chult word, but they've told me that it is. But it's very funny and cute, and you know, I would be remiss to say that we don't have an army to take on a goblin tribe. And saying no right now would probably be the eventual death of this small city, small town. I feel like I have to say yes to your help, and in fact would welcome it with open arms. I'm sure, though, that Art of Shadows and Hawkfeather would not want you to go alone. They are the village's hunters, and they would want some form of trophy, or at least proof. Yes, you look questionable.
That's
questioning.
It's
My
all right.
bad.
That's accurate.
I'm sorry, I
Artist-
slipped. I'm just so curious about
No,
your
you're fine.
eyes.
Oh, I can show them to you if you want, and I'll just like lift up my my eye covering, and like we're inside, so I feel like it's slightly better, and I'm just kind of like, and then I put it back down. Art of Shadows, through Hawkfeather, said that he had seen ones like me before. Have my sort of
Yes,
people come through here?
Once, when Art of Shadows was much younger, there was a group of dwarves. I'm assuming you're a dwarf. I don't.
That's me.
Yes, there was a group of dwarves from the Undertower that came along with. And sorry, the mountain is called the Undertower to us.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, they came from the Undertower to through this area, and they took everything that we had, and not by force. They weren't mean, but there also wasn't a decision to say. There wasn't a chance to say no.
Wow,
they
I am
needed things,
embarrassed.
and they hadn't stopped for days apparently, and they were on their way to the old ruins of the Mad God, where the lycanthropy was founded, essentially.
Does this sound familiar to Mist at all?
Oh,
like
yeah.
in
Oh,
history?
yeah.
Yeah, like I know. Okay, that makes
You and to this day, you misrecognizes that there's like armies of your dwarf kind that go out and collect knowledge and bring it back. They're not the nicest people, because you, being the cleric of the town, you've healed them on their return, and they never say thank you.
They're fucking dicks. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna say this, and if you could pass this on to him, because that makes sense as to why he seemed a bit puffy. If you could let him know that we're not like that, and although I can't necessarily apologize for the people that I look like, I will say that the people who came through and took all your stuff are a bunch of dicks. I don't know how that's going to translate, but you can say they're really rude.
Laughs when you say to translate dicks. I will assure you that Art of Shadows, while puffy, knows one thing, and knows that each person that they meet is a new chance to be correct and to be good. So all the people here are truly remarkably so welcoming, and I don't understand how they haven't been taken over.
That concerns me for their safety.
That's why I'm here.
Triple H in the background is going to mutter, I don't think they're a trunk next to my bed, honestly, but you know.
Rogar during this conversation is looking at Triple H, just as he's going over the part, as Mist is apologizing, and and they are saying, oh yeah, well they're each new person is a new opportunity, and Rogar just like turns and looks.
What is Fun Guy doing in this kind of?
Fun Guy kind of tilts their head and looks on to this strange tabaxi, and says,
Why do they call them SARS, and why did you think that was funny?
Well, the conventions of this small village is so in line with astrology. They attribute every blade of grass, every hint of scent, every wind that passes through your hair as something made of power, and stars are some of the most powerful things, especially when they explode. And goblins typically come here with bombs. Here being the forest, not this specifically. We have managed to be hidden from them entirely, luckily, for the amount of time that they've been here, but hunting has really become the issue, is that they typically use bombs, dynamite, explosives to hunt, which is both wrong for nature and making it more scarce, an animal in the area. As they don't want to be blown up, they'll just want to come.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, they have unfortunately taken the same explosives to the other hunters that used to be in Art of Shadows and Hawkfeather's little.
Time to take the dynamite to them. And like Miss Mara for the first time looks very confident in their decision to go ruin these goblins who are hurting specifically Hawkfeather, because that is the only. I keep wanting to call them Khajiit, but they're Tabaxi.
I know.
Yeah.
Hello, baby.
But Miss Mara has just like they put their hands on their hips and they just stand there and they're just like, I'm gonna go and I'm going to demolish all of the goblins on my own.
Oh.
No, you won't.
No.
Not alone. Anyway,
That was a really, really, really bad time to pause. I was terrified, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm glad that everyone else agrees that we unalive the goblins.
I mean, that's what Amara, I know that sometimes I can be surprising when I decide to do something nice for other people, but like, I literally led with that, darling. I said I came in here and was like, tell me about the goblins so we can fuck them up. You know, that is what I led with.
You see, but like, it's been really hard to figure out your patterns. I've been trying to mark them down
I like
as
it that way.
Triple H good, Triple H bad. I've been putting like mental points in here.
Bad, darling.
Well, I would say bad, but more
Then-
like not actively good.
Naughty. Wait, no. that's not
Naughty.
the
Yes,
right
that's
word.
a good one. That's a good
Naughty,
one.
Miss Mera.
I'm gonna go outside. It's just
Mist,
Well,
as you
that-
take a step outside, Hawkfeather is right at the door.
Oh, jeez. Hello.
Are you done
there.
talking now? Can we play the game now? You
You
said we
heard-
could play a game now.
You
I
heard
set up-
everything that we said, didn't you?
I set
Don't
a
lie to
pinpoint.
me, I'll know.
Do an intimidation check.
Oh god, that's so bad.
But he hesitates when you question him because he's like, "Oh, I haven't had that before."
I slap
kinda-
myself on the chest and give myself guidance. Real quick.
To a child
Nice,
lying.
nice.
Perfect.
Well, I rolled a 9, which makes that an 8.
He like looks at you in the shielded eyes and then shakes his head. I set up pinpoint.
What is that game anyway?
Oh, you have pinpoint accuracy with the boat. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, and then I'm going to follow him.
Fun guy, as you kind of stand in the room and runs with water, looks up at you. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Yes, sorry.
One guy leans in.
What would you like to know?
Do you know what kind of mushrooms are on your body? And why they have taken over?
No. But
Would
I
you
know that they're
mind-
my friends.
They're your friends. Would you mind if I had one? To study. And perhaps, upon return of the goblins, I can tell you where that comes from.
Fungi takes one out of his chest cavity and presents it.
If
And
you
the long kind of like gangly claws of the tabaxi kind of wraps around it and completely encloses and takes it into his hand.
if you deem it worthy, after you are done with your studies, simply return it to the earth. Maybe It will provide you with the same friendship it has provided me with.
I'm interested in your term of friendship now that you say it like that. And he kind of looks at it in his hand. If I cut this, will you feel it?
I do not know.
He kind of takes a little claw out of his finger, just to test, because I never want to hurt you. He does like a small little nick on the top of the mushroom head.
Do I feel it?
How did you make your character? Do you feel it?
Did I feel it?
No.
No? No.
Well, good. All right, I'll perform some studies, and maybe I'll have some information for you when you guys get back. And, is anyone else left with Mista? Mista? What the heck? Mista.
I did.
Mista?
Amara definitely.
Well, now
Or
you're
Mista.
Mista. Not Miss Mara, though, but just Mista.
Mystifying, baby. Let's go.
Oh, like that name. Okay, sorry.
Triple H did not go. Triple H is
Okay,
watching
so
this
then
back
you've
and forth.
Heard the conversation, then. That's all I was really checking for.
After the conversation, Fungi will kind of glance around the room.
I believe the plan was to unalive goblins.
Well,
And Fungi turns without another word and just kind of like starts to walk out the door.
I mean, I was going to tell you, well, that plan was a temporary on hold because the young one wanted to play the pin. Okay, anyway, let's go.
All right. And we're going to end it there as we're going to pick up the next game on you guys playing Pinpoint Accuracy with a child.
Nice.
That child.
Let's go.
Nice.
That child is gonna
Nice.
hand us our ass too. I
He's
just
probably
know
gonna win.
it.
Yeah, probably.
I was like looking at my crossbow and I was like, he's gonna kick my ass.
So, out of character question though, did we find out exactly where we are? Like,
The
Not
inner
yet.
present, wherever that is.
Yeah. You did. So we're on a crescent-shaped island in general. All of you guys are from the other side of the mountain.
Okay.
So the inner crescent is where you have never been. So you guys are in the untraversed land of your own island. So you know that you're not a boat ride away. You need to travel through the mountain. But you kind of don't really know what direction that is. Away from the water, probably.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
How do we feel?
Hero, you know you're in the present because you are present. Goodbye.
Well,
Adorable.
if I'm a present, you are a gift to all. So.
No, heck off!
Hey!
Got him.
Hey.
Amazing.
This is so good. No, I'm feeling great. I love this. There's some cool interactions that we've had, and just the banter makes it feel so real to me, and I love that. I love it.
Yay. I like that at the end there we learned a little bit about Miss Mara's people, and we learned a little bit about potentially a quest for Fungi. Learned a little bit about they were gonna ask you to help with the goblins, but you guys were on that, so
Yeah. Can't just let them.
Potential for baby and destroying nature.
Right.
Not standing for that.
Hawk was too
None of
cute.
that.
It was.
Hawk was adorable.
Yeah.
Sweet little baby.
Mhm.
That could definitely murder us, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely could kill us in his sleep.
I have a
makes them
story about
cuter.
Hawk Feather that I'll talk about in our after game Patreon chat.
I think I know this story.
Oh, let's go.
I'm with you, V. Can we take Hawk with us?
Can we take Hawk with us? Ah, jeez. Well, you guys, thank you so much for the donations.
Nice. Oh my god, thank you.
to
Yes.
the Row Fund. And I believe the top tipper of the stream was our Klein. So
Yeah.
Let's go, Arkline.
Oh,
Let's
that
go.
means that Arkline will be receiving the Warlock Pact leather journal made by one of Jade's lovely friendos, sent directly to you.
Yep.
So cool.
So make sure your DMs are open. I'll be asking you address the stuff. So
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And thank you guys so much. We're really, really happy that we're able to raise money and be able to have a platform to do something like this in general and also play D&D today. So that was super fun.
Yeah.
Shall we say who we are, pick someone to raid, and then go over to Patreon and talk about the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah, we'll
right.
just go over to Patreon. Pick up some Patreon at the Patreon store.
True. We'll go
where are you?
backwards.
I'm at Patreon.
We'll go backwards this time with Jade starting.
Oh, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm Jade Valkyrie. I am a host, cosplayer, content creator, etc. You can find me most places as Jade Valkyrie. Twitch is Jade Valkyrie with the 3. Upcoming tomorrow, I'll be playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians over on Todd Moonbounce's channel, DM'd by Candace, that Candace girl. And it's my first time playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and it's for Pride and for charity as well. So definitely check that out. I retweeted it. I'm probably retweeting it later. I'm playing a spooky witch playbook. And also, if you are in the LA area or traveling for Anime Expo, I'll be hosting a panel there about Black women who love anime. So check that out as well. And you should also check out George W. Ambush.
Oh gosh, I'm George W. Ambush, voice actor, musician, total TTRPG player, as you can tell here. Hi, hello. I am here on Mondays. On Tuesdays, I'm over on Architect Lum, where we have a pretty new campaign. Not this new, because we just started today, but pretty new. We're 12 episodes in now. And it's all original art, music, everything. The cast is great. There's Pond and Jen there as well as myself. It's a blast. And Thursdays I'm gonna be returning to streaming, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You know what else is fun? Suddenly Hero.
Oh, you skipped.
What?
He's right.
person.
He's right. Though.
I mean, thank you.
Was it Sparrow? Yeah, it was Sparrow.
Nope. Too late.
The person who's next to you, it's fine.
Too late.
So I guess I'm suddenly a hero. And I guess, but I stream throughout the week on my channel. I'm a horror variety streamer. I stream Sundays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Right now we're doing some Martha's Dead, some Dead by Daylight, Ocarina of Time, and The Quarry, which has been an absolute blast. But this Saturday specifically, we're doing something a little extra special. I'm playing Dead by Daylight with my friends, including Jenna's online and Kian and Bright. It's gonna be super awesome. So 4 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Come hang out with us. We'll play some DBD together. It's gonna be a blast. I'm very, very excited for it. You guys can watch how badly I suck, and then watch Jen carry me, and it's gonna be wonderful.
How badly I suck. Watch how badly everyone sucks.
Somebody's got to carry us. So it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, come hang out with us. But you know, somebody you should hang out with, Black Sparrow.
Hello, I am your favorite burb on the internet. You can call me a Black Sparrow, and I am an actor, entertainer, podcaster, host. I play games, and every time I tell Hero not to shout me out and he does, I push back my return to streaming by 1 day. So
he's never coming back.
So I'm never coming back at this point. But you can find me at a Black Sparrow on the Twitter and the Instagram. I might actually be making content more now that I am no longer in the impressive situation that was my old house. And yeah, I really am just here. You can listen to A Million Shark, What Are You Doing? That premieres every Friday morning, and we talk pop culture and all that stuff. It's not one that I talk about a whole lot, so there is that. And with that, I guess we're gonna go to the best Pond. Pond plays.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Pond. I go by Pond Plays on Twitter and Pond Plays Games on Instagram. You can find me here every Monday night where I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons with this lovely group of people. You can find me on Tuesday night over at Architect Lum where I play even more Dungeons and Dragons with Jen and George and a few other wonderful people. You can find me usually every second and fourth Wednesday of the month over on the Initiative Order where I run my own campaign that should be picking up at the end of this month, and then you can find me on the third Wednesday of every month over at Blackwater D&D in their new summer campaign, Exalted, an Uncaged Goddess trilogy. It's a high-level campaign where we all play really fun characters, and it's a really great time. And if I'm doing anything else, I'll post it on my socials. I just love tabletop RPGs, and I do a lot of voice acting, and that's me. Hey. Jen, who are you?
Oh boy, hi, my name's Jen. I stream at Jen is Online on Sundays and Wednesdays, bringing you variety horror content as well as some obscure indie and free-to-play games. I also stream Dungeons & Dragons here as your Dungeon Master, and on Tuesdays I play a wild magic barbarian named Sunasha over on Architect Lum's channel. And on...
Spoilers.
Oops. So, and then on...
Oops. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here. We've leveled up to it. We just don't talk about our characters in that way on that show, which is a very interesting take on playing D&D. So, you can also find me offline at Jenna's Offline on YouTube if you want to hear me talk about whatever on my vlogs. And I also have a podcast called The Overprepared DM, because Dungeons and Dragons just isn't enough unless a dungeon master tells you how to do it. So that's me doing that on a podcast. But yeah, so we have an amazing crew here. I'm really, really, really excited for this next game. So the first game was good and chill and easing into the role play, and you guys were on it, and I'm fucking excited. So let's raid, yeah?
Let's do it.
Let's fucking raid!
Let's raid! And
Sorry.
thank you so much.
Raid!
Yeah, fun guy. Thank you so much to everyone on YouTube for watching us, on Trovo for watching us, on Twitter as well as Facebook. We're glad you guys are here.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. We will see you next Monday for episode 2.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. We're gonna
Good
raid
night
on over
and
into.
bye.